Don't look now, ladies and gentlemen, but Cooper Kupp is firmly on the Dallas Cowboys watch list as Benjamin Albright of NFL has reported that the Cowboys are, quote, very much so in the mix for Cooper Kupp's services, so much so to the point where he doesn't have nearly as much confidence as he had in the previous favorite, Jacksonville Jaguars, to pull the deal off. Let's get right into this as, again, man, this goes along with what I've been saying this whole time. Relax. A little bit of patience. A lot of y'all are being very, very unfair because you're being upset even though the Cowboys have already shown you breadcrumbs that they're doing things a little bit differently. Free agency just started. We're only in the legal tampering period, and already the Cowboys have spent over 75% of the money that they spent on outside free agents over the last 3 seasons in this free agency period already, just within the first couple of days, y'all. On top of that, they're in the mix for a Cooper Kupp who, while he isn't what he used to be, he still is a much-needed upgrade over anything we've had next to CeeDee Lamb since he's been here. Let's get right into this one, man, because I'm trying to keep y'all sane. Y'all fighting against me, but I'm going to keep fighting a good fight, man. Be sure to subscribe for more Cowboys content. So the post I was referring to from Benjamin Albright NFL is someone was asking him, do you believe the Jags are still the front runners for Cooper Kupp? This was as of 3 hours ago at the time of me making this particular segment. Benjamin Albright responded, you ask me this every day, buddy. I had originally thought the Jags would be heavily involved there. I don't know about front runner. Dallas is certainly very in the mix. That right there is really all I needed to know because this was something I thought Dallas was trying to do right now. I need you guys to kind of listen to me right here. This entire time, Dallas has been making some of these smaller moves, really depth-filling moves. And what was the thing that really came back to haunt the Cowboys this past season? When we had a couple of injuries at the top of our depth chart, they never could recover. They were scrambling the rest of the season, and they didn't have an answer in vital places where they desperately needed to have an answer. This season, I feel as if the Joneses are almost working backwards into a crescendo to add that final, quote-unquote, get over the hump piece to really make this team take on a new identity. What do I mean by that? You're signing depth pieces right now. You're signing your swing guard. You're signing a guy who started 17 games last year for the Miami Dolphins. Now he's going to come in and be a reliable backup that if anything happens or if anybody isn't performing the way you may want them to perform, now you can slide Tyler Smith over and bring in a Robert Jones to play that left guard position. And you're better off for that because, again, you have a guy that has a high potential level but has only battled some injuries as of the last recent year, which is the reason why his value came down just a little bit. But prior to that, he had very high marks from the Miami Dolphins community. So now you got that swing guard in place. Better depth than Achuma Edoga. Chauncey Golston leaves. Now you add 2 more pieces to your defensive line instead. You add Solomon Thomas, the defensive tackle from the New York Jets. You also add Peyton Turner, someone, to be quite honest, we don't know what he is right now, but he has amazing tools. The dude is 6'6", 200 and something pounds, y'all. He's an absolute monster coming off the edge, and he led the league. He was like 3rd in the league in batted passes off the edge last season, playing 15 games for the New Orleans Saints. This is a guy that, to be quite fair, we would have looked at Chauncey Golston the same way. When you look at his stat line, I know y'all are underwhelmed. When you look at his stat line, Chauncey Golston had 1 sack each year of his career until last season when he was thrust into a position he was never supposed to be in because 3 guys ahead of him on the depth chart got hurt with D-Law, Micah, and Marshawn Nealon. All those guys got hurt. That's the only reason Chauncey played last season. And Carl Lawson had more impact than Chauncey Golston had last season. So can we please stop acting like Chauncey was something that we just cannot replace? I'm not saying he didn't play well, but he is replaceable. And Peyton Turner has the tools. He was a former 1st-round draft pick. He's just now coming off of his rookie deal, y'all. This is a young guy. He still has that skill level that has not been tapped into yet just because he's had some injuries the first couple of seasons of his career. Then you go ahead and you lock up Kevontae Turpin. You lock up an Osa Odigizua. You add some other pieces. You get into a bidding war with Brian Anger. your punter. Per a source, the Denver Broncos actually went hard at Brian Anger, and the Cowboys ended up going harder and retaining their punter, keeping their entire special teams unit together now. Then we look at a Cooper Kupp. The Cowboys are being rumored to be suitors for a Cooper Kupp, and what the film shows you is what the numbers will show you. Cooper Kupp in a phone booth, in a box, in that slot position, he's still one of the most deadly receivers in the league when given the opportunity. In under 10 air yard situations, he has a 3.6 yard separation. That is an incredible amount of separation for anything under 10 yards. That is going to be a reliable target for a Dak Prescott coming out of that slot position, making CeeDee Lamb play more on that outside. He's still giving you a ton of touchdowns. He had 6 touchdowns last season, 710 yards. Cooper Kupp, by no means, is chopped liver, y'all. And I think one of the most important things is he performs in the playoffs. Cooper Kupp is averaging a career 93 yards per game in his playoff career, which ranks third most all time amongst players to have at least played in 5 playoff games. He's going to perform when it matters. Again, you can look at the film. Yes, I understand he's a little bit of an older guy. He's not this superstar athlete or superstar Cooper Kupp, the Triple Crown winning receiver that he was a few seasons ago. He absolutely would be an upgrade to this receiver room and would give the Cowboys something that we have not had here with CeeDee Lamb essentially since Amari Cooper has been here, and as a bona fide number 2 option. Just period. That is the facts of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what I'm saying. Patience is all we're asking for here. And I think patience is all that should be expected at this very moment right now. That's all the Cowboys have earned. The activity has shown that they are awake. The activity has shown that they're trying to fill that depth, and then they're going to see what they have left to really make that move that can put something over the top a little bit. Just a little bit of patience. I've been telling y'all all offseason, this is the course. This is what's going to happen, and it's happening. Give it time to happen. Do not rush the process. Free agency had never even officially started just yet. Cowboys, they're busy. They're awake. They're making moves. They're making, honestly, pretty smart, pretty decent moves. How about them Cowboys?
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.